So the third event is obviously what we're in the middle of right now. So housing expanded faster than all of these industries were a new industry that brings in tons of people to use as raw materials, but then kind of squashes them when they want to assert, like, we're part of this community now, right? And so housing is obviously the same thing. So between 1995 and 2005, I think that's the right years, the construction industry tripled, right? And 18% job growth, because not just construction, but other industries too, right? And then, so people come in. Now you think about this 10 years. In those 10 years, and I think this is one thing you guys will appreciate, what I have since I really started thinking about demographics and neighborhoods and schools, that all those people put their kids in school, right? So 10 years now, we're 10 years in, all these kids are in school. Right now, 75% of Phoenix Union High School students are Latinos, right? Like, and so they start feeling like, hey, wait a minute, maybe this is a Latino town. Maybe this is like, we can actually make a home here, right? And I think even in 2006, they start getting really uppity, right? And we start doing a march and actually saying, you know what, we're going to get comprehensive immigration reform. Now, unfortunately, that coincided with the collapse of our economy, right? And so the same thing happened is these folks are like, wait a minute, the economy collapsed. We built it. It's not our fault it collapsed, but we did the work. We built the homes. No one's living in there, but I still built that home, right? And they're saying, we deserve something. We shouldn't just be kicked out. But meanwhile, you've got the city budgets in Phoenix saying we're going to get rid of after-school programs. We're going to get rid of, and the state legislature right now with the Prop 107, I think it was, saying we're going to get rid of preferential programs, right? We're going to get rid of all this stuff, any kind of protection that might help folks here. And not only that, but we're going to really come after you, and we're going to pass, this SB 1070, right? And so, again, this is not a race issue. It is racially directed, right? But it is about money. It is about not paying people and not letting people feel, it's about underdevelopment. This is what I'm trying to say. It's about underemployment. So you can always feel like you're under that foot. Like that's basically and that's what this whole thing is meant to do, right? And again, this is like, we're like Africa in that respect. It's not as flooding. It's not as just unbelievably historically just violent and just egregious. But it's as bad as it gets in the United States right now, right? And again, like, so right now we have to fight it. Right? And the question is, can it be fought? I think it can. I think the first thing, though, is to stop talking about, working poverty and stop going to the government and going to the city government and just asking them for more benefits, more resources. I think we have to stop asking. And we have to stop, like right now we've got the corporations, again, largely developers at this point, right, they kind of own, in many respects, the current government that we have. And we try to go to the government, and they're just stronger than we are, right? And so somehow we have to go and just get some more power. And so I think it can be done. And I think this year is going to be a historic event for it. But I think first we have to recognize that it is underemployment and underdevelopment in Arizona. And it's a process that started with the farm workers in 1972. Well, again, the real key march for the farm workers in 1972 and the mine workers in 1983, and the housing workers in 2010. Right? That these are the watershed moments. And at a certain point, we have to stop just asking for more. We have to stop. And the main thing that we have to do is we have to say, once and for all, this is our house. We belong here. And I can tell you, I'm an advocate. I lobby at the City Hall here in Phoenix a lot. They hate me. And they respect what we've been able to do, but they prefer that I not. Every time I see the mayor or I see the city council, like, God, you live here now? They really would prefer we not be here. And so, but I also bring people from the community. I never go by myself. I bring community members that I'm working with. But when we go and we lobby, it really is like if you're asking for something that doesn't get in the way of business, right? Then it's fine, right? But if you're asking for something that might suggest to a business person it'll cost more to go here than some other place, they will do anything. The city staff and the city will do anything to stop you from letting that happen. Right? And really, it's just that they went out and talked to our leaders in our community groups and said, like, these guys are just like, they're a union front, they're this and they're that, and just trying to disband the groups that we had formed, right? To get some community benefits for development that's going in, right? But the truth is, we have had some progress. I'm going to say, the point for me is like, the message that I get and that I got as a newcomer here is like, this is not the Arizona way.